porque me importan las personas en pobreza que no tienen la plata para irse a otro lugar donde sí es legal abortar, y porque me importa la libertad que cada uno de ustedes tiene de que su dinero no sea usado contra lo que ustedes no creen, es que me opongo a que el aborto sea pagado con dinero de impuestos, y prefiero muchísimo más la caridad y la ayuda individual y privada, como del barco del aborto que llegó a mi país, Guatemala, y de una manera ilegal el gobierno, la Iglesia Católica y los militares lo echaron cuando ya había mujeres guatemaltecas esperando para poder abortar. Esa me parece una mejor solución ante gobiernos corruptos. Y en cuanto a mayorías votando por algo, desgraciadamente ni en las democracias las mayorías votan. ¿Las mayorías de qué? Siempre son minorías, y las mujeres afectadas casi siempre permanecen en silencio sin poder votar ante estas cosas. Entonces, cuando la mayoría en Latinoamérica dice no al aborto, pensemos, ¿están ahí las mujeres incluidas o no?
Muy bien, tiempo. Robin, evolucionismo y creacionismo.
So you asked whether I would accept that creationism is taught in private schools. And I said at the get-go that I support religious freedom, and the ability to teach a biblical account of how life began is a component of religious freedom. So of course I would support that right. But, you know, if you want to cultivate medical scientists and technological advancement, then you better teach evolution in schools, because evolution is a fact. It is the only explanation for the diversity of life on our planet. And the problem is when religious ideas like creationism reach into the public schools or reach into the operation of law and force everybody to conform to one set of religious dogma. And so religious freedom is one thing, but imposition of religion through public policy and laws and other
Tiempo. Thank you very much. Bas.
Okay, so I'm going to conflate two questions. One is, can I do whatever I want? If I'm saying that you make your choice and I make my choice, can people do whatever they want? Like, could you murder someone? Yeah, you could, but then you'd have to go to jail and be tried by the law. But then I'm going to be a hypocrite and answer your last question and say if a country or a democracy allowed abortion to be against the law, if it was a majority decision, provided it was a democracy and not some other kind of government, would I think that was okay? And clearly no, I wouldn't think that's okay, because the whole basis of the charity that I started 10 years ago, which is run almost entirely by volunteers and funded by private individuals, helps women who live in countries where abortion is against the law travel to countries where abortion is legal, so that they do not need to drink bleach or throw themselves down flights of stairs, and can be there for the children that they already have and the children that they may have in future, or for their lives without children as they so choose.
Muy bien, vas.
You asked me what the policy should be on whether there should be a law that you shouldn't be able to have an abortion at any certain point, whether it be at 7 months or 8 months or 6 months or 4 months or any other point. My answer to that is that every pregnancy is different, and that's really a medical decision that a doctor needs to make with their patient's best interests in mind, and it is up to the patient ultimately to decide what is best for her. There are pregnancies at 7 months where it's discovered at that point that the mother's life is in danger and that the fetus isn't going to survive. So there's no reason why there shouldn't be an abortion for that particular pregnancy. There could be other pregnancies that are different, and there's no way you can legislate perfectly for each unique situation, since every pregnancy is different. And so for those reasons, I don't think there should be a specific law saying which date of pregnancy can be terminated by. And I also just want to say in closing that I told you that the Roe versus Wade, I'm going to be out of time. I'll tell you about that later. Thank you.
I do not think that we should separate the question of slavery from the question of abortion, which is what you've asked me. They're both crimes against humanity, and you have laws that get in the way of either crime against humanity. Slavery is not eradicated around the world. There are many countries that still have slaves. It's just civilized society say, do we want others to kill others? Do we want others to think of others as property? Make no mistake, poor people did not own slaves. Poor people were slaves. So when you hear those that consider themselves pro-choice argue that abortion is good for the poor, keep in mind that Planned Parenthood was founded by a eugenicist, a person who believed that poor people were human weeds. Keep in mind that most of the places where you see the promotion of abortion abroad are in the poorest of communities because they do not believe that poor people should reproduce many children. They despise the religion of poor people, which is Christianity.
Tiempo. Thank you very much. Pass.
I'm going to sum yours down to what is freedom. And I will ask the question also, how many of us have made a decision based on how we felt in the moment and then regretted it? I know I have. And although when we talk about feelings, feelings are powerful, but they don't always dictate what is true in the moment. And I completely understand, not just because I've been there, but countless women who are in horrible situations. I get that. But I think they need to know all of their choices all the way through. And I don't believe everyone is being educated. They may think abortion is the only choice. But if a woman is going to have empowerment to make a choice, she should know every single thing and all the background behind it. And so I've had countless women I've had countless women who have adopted.
Se acabó el tiempo. But you will have 30 seconds more after. Pass.
La pregunta es ¿por qué una mujer que elige abortar no debería ser libre para elegir eso? Yo creo que, como ha dicho muy bien Gloria, el aborto no está en la bucket list de ninguna mujer y deberíamos preguntarnos ¿por qué? Y realmente una mujer cuando elige abortar está siendo verdaderamente libre para tomar esa decisión.
Mi pregunta era para ti, si una persona que no aborta está verdaderamente también libre para tomar decisiones, al revés.
Creo que cuando eliges no abortar, que es mi caso, yo elegí no abortar porque sabía muy bien que dentro de mí lo que había era otro ser humano. Y el conocimiento de la verdad es lo que te permite tomar una decisión libre. Si no conoces la realidad como es, entonces no eres libre. Si conoces la realidad como es, puedes tomar una decisión libremente porque actúas consecuentemente con cómo es la realidad. Y yo creo que el que elige no abortar está actuando consecuentemente con la realidad, que es que hay un ser humano dentro de su propio cuerpo.
Gracias. Paz.
There's two types of rights coming up here. There's civil rights and human rights. Civil rights you might get because of a certain age. You're 16, you can drive, or you're 21, you can drink, whatever it is. But the right to live is not a civil right, it's a human right, and all that members is that you're a living human, all that matters. Personhood is a legal term that we apply to groups, and the UN has opted to say that you are a person if you're a member of the human family. And if we have any other criteria such as ethnicity, skin color, sex, sexual orientation, or age, we're discriminating. So by denying preborn children their personhood status, which this panel is doing, they're discriminating based on age because sentience and consciousness is determined by how old the embryo is. If the mother's life is in danger, we can intervene without an abortion, such as a salpingectomy with a tubal pregnancy, or an induction of labor to remove infection if there's chorioamnionitis and an abortion is not needed.
¡Wow! ¡Un aplauso!